Do you have a hazardous materials endorsement on your CDL? Do you have a TWIC card? Or maybe do you have a TSA pre-check credential? Well, all those things are about to get easier to get. Yeah, maybe I should have said, hopefully those things are going to be easier to get. And what I mean by that is, if you need more than one of those, right? If you need a TWIC card, a Transportation Workers Identification Credential, which I don't have, I don't think I've ever got one unless my company slipped it in during training sometime. I don't think I've had to have one. I don't know why you need to have one. I think it has something to do with going in and out of the ports, maybe prisons, federal prisons, I'm not sure. All I know is I don't think I've ever got one since they came into being. Also, if you need a TSA pre-check, if you fly enough to where you want to bypass some of the security and go to the trouble of applying for a TSA pre-check credential. If you get more than one of those, you know that they're all separate fees, separate background checks, and that could take a lot of time to get, especially these truck drivers that need TWIC and a hazmat endorsement. You do the background check, it takes a while to come back, fingerprints, and if you got to get multiple, they could take more time for one than the other, and you may be waiting months sometimes to get all the credentials you need in order to do the job you want to do. That may be getting a little easier. 2 representatives from the United States House of Representatives introduced the bill. Let's see if I can get this out correctly. The Transportation Security Administration Security Threat Assessment Application Modernization Act. I think that's right, it's close. That's a long title. But basically all it's going to do is make it easier, streamline the process for all the federal security threat credentials that anybody's going to need. It doesn't just include those 3, I don't think. I think there's other programs out there, but it's going to modernize, streamline all of those to where all you need is one background check. I think that's what gets people held up on multiple credentials for these. It's the background checks. They got to have one for each one. Well, one background check, one fingerprint check for all 3 of those things, which means one fee, not multiple fees, and cost you a whole lot of money. I know, I think it's like $85 for what our background check and fingerprint check costs us, and SI doesn't pay that. Some companies might, but I've paid for mine every time. But one fee, less time, streamline that process. Now, I say hopefully because it's just an introduced bill. It's not law yet. And I don't hold my breath anytime the government says they're going to make things easier, right? They usually just make it harder. But hopefully this will go through. It makes sense. It doesn't matter what party you're affiliated with. It makes sense to make it easier and cost less money. Maybe it doesn't make sense to them because it costs less money. Anyway, that's the news on getting your hazmat endorsement, your TWIC card, and your TSA pre-check credentials. Hopefully coming soon it'll be a lot easier. So appreciate you watching. Stick around and watch some more videos that I'll put up. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I appreciate it if you have, and if you will, I appreciate that too. We'll see you later.